Hello and welcome to a, on my end, long-awaited Berlin vlog. This was about a month ago in June when I went to Berlin to meet up with my dear friend Ali, who I met almost 2 years ago in Copenhagen and have been dear friends with ever since. I took the train from Frankfurt to Berlin on Thursday as it was a long weekend, and the ride was about 5 hours due to some issues on the track, so it was very much a stop-and-go journey. We arrived in the afternoon, got changed, and went to explore the city. The first stop was a pick-and-wait location, but it was unbelievably expensive for the items they sold, and none of it was actually priced by its weight, so neither of us ended up buying anything. But after our little shopping excursion, we went to this cute Italian restaurant close to our hostel where the food was a clear 10 out of 10.
No scars.
The next day, we got up relatively late and took the train to Charlottenburg, where Ellie had a hair appointment while I went to get coffee. When I sat down, I thought it was a cute, tiny coffee shop, but it ended up being a chain, though the coffee was still relatively good. While I sat there enjoying my morning coffee, I looked at the surrounding architecture and people passing by. I've always had a very set picture of Berlin in my head that was mostly shaped by its representation in the media, and all I can say is that it's kind of been confirmed. Mostly the stereotype about people dressing so freely and however they like I found to be true, which I also think is nice. But it somehow ended up putting a lot of pressure on myself to have good outfits on that trip, and I genuinely was very aware of my appearance. After Ellie was done, we went into the city center to look at some sites, starting off with the Jewish Memorial. I've been here before as a kid, and I honestly have to say I've never quite understood the architecture behind it. It's such an eerie place where I was unsure whether to enjoy the space and join the children in playing and sitting on top of the stones, or to quietly walk through it, remembering everything it stands for. So in the end, I did what most people do, which is a mix of both. We ended up not really doing that much yesterday. We spent the whole day yesterday walking around doing most of the popular sites and a lot of shopping. So today we're gonna head to the East Side Gallery and walk around there. So I'm really excited for that. I took a shower last night and went to bed with my hair wet. So I'm just trying to style it. I woke up early. I woke up at 7:30 and we said we'd leave at 10:30, so I have a lot of time to get ready. But yeah. The next morning, we went to Zeit für Brot, which is a popular bakery all over Germany, and I've now been 3 times, and while I can say it was never bad, it was also never amazing. Especially the coffee and the chai that we got were disappointing, to say the least. I thought it was going to be better. After walking along the East Side Gallery and resting by the river for a bit, we headed to Friedrichshain. Not to lie, the main reason we went here was for the photo booths that we had seen online, so we ended up taking endless amounts of pictures here before walking to the nearby Humana thrift store. While the architecture of the store was super interesting, I felt as though they had too many items, so being overwhelmed by the sheer mass of clothing, I ended up not buying anything and feeling exhausted for the rest of the day. On Sunday, we went to Lab Coffee for breakfast. It's this coffee shop that's popular for its cheap prices and cute design. A cappuccino there is only about €2.50, which is relatively cheap for Germany. But to be honest, the coffee also tastes like it's €2.50. It's not great. So after that mediocre coffee, we walked around Prenzlauer Berg, taking in the sunshine and catching up for the last time before leaving each other again. After spending the afternoon at a food court, we headed back to the station before parting ways as Ellie went back to Copenhagen and I went back to Frankfurt. I figured that at the end of the video I would do a little Berlin haul because I bought a couple of pieces. It's not a big haul, but I bought these gorgeous mother of pearl earrings that I love. They were like 17 euros or something. They weren't cheap, but they also weren't that expensive. I then got these pants. They're a linen material and they have a slit at the side, which I didn't realize because I didn't try them on. They're at the like H&M sale section and I think they were like 6 or 7 euros, so they weren't expensive and they are 100% linen. I then got this skirt at a secondhand store. It's really cute. It's by the brand Blue Motion and I really like it. It just fits perfectly. It's not like too tight, but it's also not like too loose, and it's like the perfect low-ish rise. And then last but not least, I got these capris. I already wore them in the video, I think, They're from Monkey, and they were also in the state section. I think they were like 10-ish euros as well. They were inexpensive.